right, so explain the process that I just underwent today.
Okay, so it's the wet plate photographic process is invented in 1851 by an Englishman named Scott Archer, and it is shot on glass. It's the first commercially viable form of photography. If this hadn't taken off, photography would have been just a passing fad. So you have your glass plate, you pour your collodion, which is nitrocellulose dissolved in ether and alcohol with some photosensitive salts in it.
That was the smell.
That was the smell. Yep, so on a hot day, if you shoot a lot of plates, you can get a pretty decent headache going. So you pour the collodion onto the plate and let it kind of tack up, and then you put it in your silver nitrate, and it acts as the glue and binds the silver to the glass. And once it goes into the silver nitrate tank, from that point on, it's all photosensitive, so it has to be done in the dark. So you let it sensitize for about 2 minutes. During that time, you make sure everything's in focus. You check the sky for your estimated exposure time, and then you take the glass out of the dip tank, put it in your plate holder, take it to the camera, take the dark slide out, and to actually take the image, you just remove the lens cap and expose it to light. It's a true photograph. It's a light picture. So the light is refracting through the lens and baking the silver onto the plate. That's what the image is. It's just hardened silver. So after you expose the image, you do everything in reverse order, get back to your dark box, and you develop it using a weak acid, which is basically vinegar, rust, and sugar, and that eats away all the silver that isn't hardened by light, and that's your photograph. So you develop it, rinse it with distilled water, and then you put it in your fixer, which affixes the image to the plate. Once it's in the fixer, rinse it again, and then you can either varnish it or you can case it like I did yours. I put it in a case. That way nobody can touch the glass and you can't rub the image off. It's an archival image. It'll last forever. There's originals from the 1850s that are still in existence as long as you don't step on it. It can be exposed to sunlight, no problem. Moisture isn't good for any photograph, so you really don't want to get it wet. But hanging on your wall or sitting on your shelf shouldn't be any problem.